Hello everyone. We had a week off last week for reasons, but we're back and it's time to go wild. Welcome to another edition of the Time to Go Wild Radio podcast. We can be picked up on YouTube and Podbean, also through Google Podcasts and Amazon Podcasts. If you want to contact us throughout the week, you can do. Facebook or Twitter.com/TTGW Radio. Email radio@widneswild.co.uk and text 07849 7677755. It's been a busy couple of weeks. A few gremlins of mine finally been eased out. So we're back. Sit back. It's time to go wild. You know you want to be here. A very warm welcome, everyone, to the this current edition of the Time to Go Wild Radio podcast. We had a bit of a week off last week for umpteen reasons, including an awful lot of gremlins creeping into things. Oh dear. We had a bit of a software crash at the game. I was unable to get a decent interview because my battery got flat on my phone, so I couldn't record that. And a couple of other issues behind the scenes. So in the end, we just thought, week off. Let's start afresh this coming week. We've had a little bit of a wait for the results to come through from the IHA, but patience has paid off. They're now with us for the weekend just gone. We've got a few fixture updates for you, and the usual little bits of a roundup, and something a little special, I think. But first, this. As they used to say sometimes on certain TV shows, it's time for our usual little roundup of the results. Starting with the Elite League with Challenge Cup action from Saturday 29th of October. Sheffield Steelers 7, Nottingham Panthers 3, Cardiff Devils 3, Coventry Blaze 2 after overtime. On now to league action from Wednesday 26th of October. Belfast Giants 3, Dundee Stars 2 after a shootout. Nottingham Panthers 6, Glasgow Clan 2, Guildford Flames 5, Cardiff Devils 4 after overtime. On Saturday, Glasgow Clan 3, Manchester Storm 0, Dundee Stars 0, Guildford Flames 5, Five Flyers 2, Belfast Giants 3. On Sunday, Nottingham Panthers 5, Cardiff Devils 2, Belfast Giants 1, Glasgow Clan 0, Coventry Blaze 7, Dundee Stars 2, Manchester Storm 5, Five Flyers 6, Guildford Flames 3, Sheffield Steelers 4. WNIHL Women's Division 2 action. The only score I've got available from Sunday. Widnes Wild Ladies 7, Sheffield Shadows 5. Planet Ice NIHL National League action now from Friday. Bees 4, Raiders 8. On Saturday, Basingstoke Bison 3, Bees 4. Bristol Pitbulls 2, Hull Seahawks 3 after a shootout. Leeds Knights 6, Sheffield Steel Dogs 5 after overtime. Milton Keynes Lightning 5, Peterborough Phantoms 3. Swindon Wildcats 5, Telford Tigers 1. On Sunday, Hull Seahawks 0, Bristol Pitbulls 3. Peterborough Phantoms 7, Milton Keynes Lightning 4. Raiders 7, Basingstoke Bison 1. Sheffield Steel Dogs 1, Leeds Knights 4. Telford Tigers 10, Bees 1. NIHL Division 1 North Morley from Saturday. Billingham Stars 8, Nottingham Lions 1. Sheffield Scimitars 1, Widnes Wild 3. Solway Sharks 5, Blackburn Hawks 2. On Sunday, Billingham Stars 1, Whitley Warriors 4. Nottingham Lions 8, Sheffield Scimitars 4, Solihull Barons 7, Deeside Dragons 0. And NIHL Division 2 North Laidler action from Saturday. Altrincham Aces 8, Nottingham Lions N2 7 after overtime. Bradford Bulldogs 3, Telford Tigers N2 5. Sheffield Titans 1, Coventry NIHL Blaze 7. Sutton Sting 2, Hull Jets 6. And on Sunday, Sutton Sting 3, Altrincham Aces 4 after overtime. Well, what a collection of results, and we'll bring you more as we get more as the weeks go on here on the Time to Go Wild Radio podcast. Some big scores there this weekend in a number of the leagues. Crikey. I mean, Telford Tigers beating the Bees by 10 goals to 1. You had Coventry beating Dundee 7 goals to 2. Nottingham beating Glasgow by 6 goals to 2. A Sheffield-Nottingham game, 7-3 in favour of Sheffield. You had a 7-4 Peterborough-Milton Keynes game. The 7-5 Widnes Wild Ladies against the Sheffield Shadows. Two big results in Morley this weekend for goals. Billingham 8, Nottingham Lions 1, and Solihull Barons 7, Deeside Dragons 0. And then in Laidler, it's a case of, wow, what an amount of scoring. Where did it go to? Altrincham Aces 8, Nottingham Lions 7, and that was also after overtime. Like, wow. And then Altrincham were in an overtime again on the Sunday against Sutton, winning by 4 goals to 3 down in Sutton. Oh my goodness, some big scores coming in over this last weekend. Well, we shall rewind to Sunday and action at Planet Ice Widnes. We also had junior action, I must say, on the on Saturday with mixed fortunes for the under-12s and the under-14s against Manchester. Of the moment, still having a bit of an issue getting hold of all the classified junior results, but we will bring them to you when we can. However, on Sunday, Widnes Wild Ladies were taking on the Sheffield Shadows. They started off on a little bit of the back foot. Sheffield opened the scoring into the first period, but 2 goals to 0. First goal at 5:07 from Hazel Wilson. Then she got a second one at 7:34. That was the way it ended at the end of the first. Second period, Wild Ladies came out firing. Sav Sumner marked her return to the team with her goal at 21:04, and then Rachel Pierce at 21:18. And then we had Lise Gillen at 22:55. Sheffield answered back at 32:43 with Megan Walker. And that was the way it stood at the end of the second. 3 goals apiece. All to play for in the third. Wild came out strongest with back-to-back goals from Katie Fairclough at 42 minutes and then 47:02. Linda Decker at 47:50. Give Wild Ladies a big lead. Short-handed goal then from, and hat-trick goal, I should say, as well, for Hazel Wilson at 50:10. Didn't stop the ladies. Linda Decker back at 50:59, put the ladies up to 7. And a 5th goal came in for Sheffield at 57:51 on the power play. And it was Megan Walker that made the final score 7 goals to 5. And a bit of end-to-end stuff. And for the first time, I've actually made it work. We got a video interview. Lucy Kirkham, one of our, I'll say, previous players, has made her meteoric return. The video is available online as part of the highlight package on the YouTube feeds. But, of course, it's done in such a way that we can bring you the audio. So this is what Lucy had to say after the game.
Down at Planet Ice Widnes, after the Widnes Wild Ladies are taking on the Sheffield Shadows, I've been joined by a new but old face, making her meteoric return after a few years out. It's Lucy Kirkham. Thank you for joining me, Lucy.
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, I mean, for you, it's been a few years out.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, a couple of years. Lockdown before that. It was a couple of years before since I played for the Wild. So been back playing rec hockey and then started back at league this year. So a couple of games in, it's going well so far. But it's a great team this year. So it's a good start. It's a great start to the season.
I mean, it was a tough one for the first game up in Solway. Of course, there were specific reasons why the result didn't quite go the way you were hoping. But 2 games back at home, 2 wins. Big win as well. Started off a bit slow tonight though.
Yeah, I think we were just finding our feet a little bit in that first period, just sussing out the play style of Sheffield a little bit as well maybe, but everybody started to find their momentum, and yes, 3 quick goals at the start of the second, and then we did the same in the third, and I think that really settled it. So I think they might have got the better in the first period, but we came back strong second and third, and yeah, it was great team performance really. So yeah, it was so good. I think playing 4-line hockey and seeing that play across all 4 lines, it's brilliant. So everyone's playing really well.
I mean, that was a key turnaround in the second period, I should say, with those 3 quick goals going into the breakdown. It's tough, you know. You're feeling it. Your legs might be feeling a bit. Are we getting on the right foot? And then bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I think the first period we did start a little bit slow, a couple penalties and things like that. So I think the second period was really seeing how we play a lot better, and yeah, came out hard, and that they had no answer in that first bit to the, you know, it could have gone either way, but as soon as we got that third one in, I think it really did. I think once you get the momentum going, it really, our girls got pumped and just went for it, and it was great.
I mean, it was a bit of a battle royal in the third as well. A couple of penalties coming up for both sides, but digging deep and making sure that win was put on the board.
I think playing well in a game where you know you can play better, but you grind out that win, and I feel like it was a bit of one of those today. So I think the scoreline's great considering. I know it was a really tough game, and particularly, like I say, we didn't have a great first period. But sometimes it's about that. It's about grinding out that first period, that rough one, and then finding your feet and going for it. And I think it was a great team performance to do that. So yeah, really positive.
I mean, some good goaltending from Sheffield in particular. So. That was a very, very tricky thing to get around. Yeah,
I think she played fantastically, to be honest. She really did keep them out, particularly in that first period. But yeah, in the second and third, she still made it really difficult for us. I'm sure the save percentage was pretty good for her tonight. But yeah, it was hard to find the way through. But once we started finding opposition a bit better, cycling it round a bit better, yeah, we started to find it. So yeah, it was good.
I mean, for yourself, as you said, you've had a couple of years out. You've still been playing roller hockey, you were saying before we did the interview, but you know, it is a very different style between roller and ice, I'm assuming, for the skating, even though it is skating.
Yeah. It's totally different, but I mean, I've come back into a different position as well. So when I left, I was a forward, and now I'm a D. But I'm saying it's my old age now. I'm thinking settling down and going into D. No, it's been really, really good to actually do a new position, to be honest with you, and to just try and settle things a little bit. So, but yeah, it is a bit of a change up going from just roller back to playing the ice again, but I'm loving being back. I really am. So it's, like I say, it's a really lovely team to be back to this year. So you can feel when it's good feel that those positive vibes, they're going to bring some good games and some good wins hopefully this season.
I mean, having yourself and Sav back, both of you, as you're saying, switching from forward to D, but having that experience in D can, you know, just give an extra bit of confidence for the players going up front.
Yeah, I feel really lucky that I'm playing with Sav as well, so because she's a great player, and like we talk really well together, and it's we just tried it on a session, and yeah, we really liked it, so that's what we're going with. But yeah, it's going well playing that formation and with the players in front of us as well, giving us those outlets to pass to. It's been really good. It feels quite strong, quite sturdy there. But I mean, she's a fantastic player, so it's really good playing with her. So yeah, don't tell her I said that. She's terrible.
Oh well. I mean, I remember seeing you in a training session last season. You were like, I don't know, but you looked comfortable back on the ice in that one.
Yeah. I think getting back on last year, and I was starting to play more, train more, and like I say, I was jumping on some sessions with Sav, and that's when we realised that actually playing in D together, we were actually having a laugh and we were really enjoying it. But if you're enjoying it, that's half the battle of it, because you've got to like playing the position to do it well. So, but yeah, we're really happy with that win. So really happy with how the season's going so far.
Well, I'll let you get rested and ready for next time. So thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Many thanks once again to Lucy for taking a little time to be our second guinea pig. Unfortunately, the previous one with Lise didn't work, but this one seemed to work pretty well. So thanks again to both of the girls for actually spending a bit of time to give interviews, although unfortunately Lisa's didn't work the other week. The one with Lucy did, and I'm very appreciative for their time, and hopefully you've enjoyed them. Well, you can hear me rustling paper because there's an awful lot of bits and bobs to look at. So you know what? I think it's time for a little bit of table talk, and we will go to the Elite League to start off with in the Cup. And the Cup groups are currently like this. Group C, Manchester on 6 games, 4 points. Then Nottingham in second, 7 games and 6 points. And the Sheffield Steelers, 7 games, 13 points. In Group B, Guildford Flames, 6 games, 6 points. Coventry, 6 games, 8 points. And Cardiff on 8 games, 8 points. And in Group A, which is effectively the Scotland and Northern Ireland group, you've got Glasgow 6 games, no points. Dundee on 6 games and 7 points. Fife on 6 games and 7 points. And flying high at the top of Group A, it's Belfast on 6 games and 12 points. So we shall see how the rest of that Challenge Cup set of groups works out in the coming weeks. But in the league, Belfast are 5th on 9 games, so they're still playing a bit of catch-up. But Glasgow got their first regulation win of the season at the weekend, so they're on 12 games and 5 points in 10th position. Fife in 9th position, 11 games, 7 points. Dundee, 13 games and 8. Manchester Storm, 11 games and 9. Nottingham Panthers, 10 games and 10 points. Belfast in 5th, 9 games and 14 points. Cardiff Devils, 11 games and 15 points. Coventry Blaze having a resurgence in a way this year at the moment, 12 games and 16 points. Sheffield Steelers, 11 games and 17 points in second, but flying high clear at the top of the shop. And in a way, they've built and built. It's the Guildford Flames, 14 games, 23 points. So that's the Elite League tables as they currently stand. So yeah, it's anything can happen. There's quite a few teams still battling it out there already. In the meantime, we shall flip to the Planet Ice NIHL National League now. And at the bottom of the table at the moment, 11 games. Sorry, in 11th position, I should say, 15 games, but got their first win of the season. The Hull Seahawks off the mark now with 2 points. In 10th position, it's the Bees with 14 games and 7 points. 9th position, Bristol Pitbulls, 13 games and 9. Basingstoke Bison, 14 games and 10. Swindon Wildcats, 12 games and 14 points. 6th position, the Raiders, 14 games and 15 points. Telford Tigers, 15 games, 16 points. Sheffield Steel Dogs, 14 games and 19 points in 4th. Then in 3rd, Milton Keynes Lightning, 13 games, 19 points. Peterborough Phantoms in 2nd at the moment, 14 games, 22 points. And the Leeds Knights currently top of the shop on the National League, 12 games, 24 points. Now, it's a reasonable gradient across the most of that league. Anything can happen, you know. And if people are wondering about the form of the Seahawks, most of you do know I've I've had past connections, of course, with Hull, and they're still waiting to get their import players in. There's been all kinds of weird complications, so they're actually quite an understrength squad compared to the rest of the league, and they have been suffering for it. Now, not going straight to D1 Morley, we will go down to D2 Laidler, and at the bottom of the table at the moment, it's the Bradford Bulldogs, 8 games, 6 points. Coventry NIHL Blaze in 7th with 9 games and 7 points. And just above them, Nottingham Lions NIHL 2 with 9 games and 7 points. Sutton Sting in 5th, 10 games, 8 points. Sheffield Titans, 9 games and 9 points. Altrincham Aces, 7 games and 10 points. Having a real resurgence this year of the Altrincham Aces, I must admit. Hull Jets, we knew they'd be strong, 8 games, 14 points, and the Telford Tigers NIHL 2, again another strong team in that division, 8 games, 14 points. That's not too bad a spread across those teams, I must say. 8, 9, 10, and then 2 at 14, but I think on past form, the way the squads have built, Telford and Hull were always going to be really strong. Altrincham had a bit of a tricky season last year, but this year they've really strengthened. So, anything can happen there. In the meantime, the league, a lot of us who were involved with the YKK Widnes Wild want to know, is Laidler. Sorry, not Laidler, it's Morley. I'm still getting used to the fact we're in Morley. Bottom of the table at the moment, in 9th position after 10 games with 1 point, are the Sheffield Scimitars. Now that, to me, is a bit of a surprise. D-side Dragons are on 5 games and 2 points in 8th. Blackburn Hawks in 7th position on 9 games and 6. A team with a massive resurgence this year are the Nottingham Lions. 11 games and 8 points there in 6th. 5th position, Widnes Wild, 9 games, 8 points. And then we've got, I'll say the familiar names of the Solihull Barons in 4th, having a little bit of a boost in form. 9 games and 10 points. Billingham Stars, having a real resurgence after last year's dip. 11 games and 14 points. And then the top 2 positions being fought out by the Solway Sharks, currently in 2nd on 11 games and 19 points. And the Whitley Warriors, currently topping the table on 11 games and 20 points. But really speaking, I'd say between 5th, 6th, all the way to the top, I suppose between 3rd and 6th, still very close. The top 2, Whitley and Solway, well, for those people who've seen those 2 teams play, they're going to be tough. They are going to be hard teams to take points off. They will drop points. Everyone's going to pick up points and drop points by the look of things this year. Anything's possible. So who knows really where the leagues are going to pan out. So that's our little bit of table talk for this week. We don't have anything from the Naughty Step. Surprise, surprise. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything for the Naughty Step. Other news coming through. Back October 24th, there was news announced about the release of Spordle, which is the replacement for Fixtures Live, and they're hoping for full training to be released and up and running by the end of the calendar year. So fingers crossed the new online scoring and fixture platform will be running live by the end of the year, and they're expecting it to be tested throughout the month of November. Oh, no, so in November 21 it was saying about Fixtures Live, but hopefully it will be up and running very, very soon. And another piece of news which did break, but it's taken a bit of a while to filter through, was of course that our former chairman Matt Lloyd, who was part of the board of the EIHA, has stepped down for his personal reasons. It's such a shame. Matt has given a lot of time and effort into the hockey across the country, be it within Widnes, within para hockey, within the EIHA and other parts of it, and Sport England. So we do wish Matt all well and best fortunes for whatever comes his way. And no doubt we will see him at a hockey match at some point. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was at the Hull Seahawks game the weekend. So we know he'll still appear. So Matt has now departed as one of the directors of the EIHA, and we do wish him well. That's a couple of our little news-related items courtesy of the EIHA. So where do we go now? Ah, yes. We power through. Of course, if you want to know everything about your YKK Widnes Wild, you do so via the website widneswild.co.uk. We also have Facebook and Twitter.com/TTGW. I was going to say TTGW Radios for the podcast, but it's Widnes Wild for the club. We've got Instagram.com/Widnes Wild Official and the YouTube page, YouTube.com/Widnes Wild Ice Hockey Club, where we put together the playlists for the Widnes Wild games, the Time to Go Wild radio show, and the Widnes Wild Ladies, and some of the other Widnes related hockey events. Of course, we thank our sponsors who are so valued. We have our title sponsor YKK, our home penalty box sponsored this year by Fresco Environmental, and our other sponsors of Sprakes & Son, MPG Maintenance Property Services, Crosscheck Clothing, Puck Drop, the University of Salford, and our charity, the Halton Haven Hospice. Of course, we thank you for your support throughout the season. Of course, if you want anything else to do with your YKK Widnes Wild, check out the website, widneswild.co.uk. There's own and loan shirts, £80 for each of them. We have our nice home yellow shirt. We have our rather nice fetching black shirt, and the shirt that seems to have caused I don't know, it's mixed opinions. I like it. It's our warm-up shirt, the green and black one. I really like it this year. So they're all available throughout the main website. Of course, we also have to bring you a few fixtures. Now, we do apologise. Usually we have a much more comprehensive fixture list, but we are being a bit limited now. We start with Saturday the 5th of November, and because of a fireworks display going on that will be using facilities around the Deeside Leisure Centre, the M56 Cup game that was scheduled for this Saturday the 5th of November in Deeside against the Deeside Dragons has been postponed. Keep your eyes peeled for updates on that, but that fixture, Widnes Wild facing the Deeside Dragons in Deeside on the 5th of November. It's the M56 Cup game that has been postponed. In the meantime, all being well, on Saturday we should have some junior action at Planet Ice Widnes. I'm hoping we've got under 12s facing Kingston at 4:20. So that's under 12s action at Planet Ice Widnes against the Kingston under 12s at 4:20. And then, if the information I have is appropriate, we've got the Blackburn under 14s hosting the Widnes under 14s up in Blackburn at 4:45. And then on Sunday, the Blackburn under 12s potentially hosting the Widnes under 12s at 4:30. And then a crunch game. We know what happened last time when these guys came to Planet Ice Widnes. Your YKK Widnes Wild are facing the Deeside Dragons. This time it's league action at 5:30 p.m. So Sunday the 6th of November, YKK Widnes Wild in league action against the Deeside Dragons, 5:30 p.m. Now, there are potentially some junior fixtures coming up, but I'm waiting for full confirmation. But we will move to Sunday the 13th of November now. YKK Widnes Wild are in league action at home against the Blackburn Hawks. That's 5:30 p.m. And then potentially on Saturday the 19th of November, the Deeside Dragons should be hosting your YKK Widnes Wild at the Deeside Leisure Centre at 5 p.m. That's Saturday 19th of November, Deeside host Widnes, 5 p.m. On Sunday the 20th of November, ladies are in action. They're in Leeds. Leeds ladies will be facing your Widnes Wild ladies at 6:15. Meanwhile, back at Planet Ice Widnes, the YKK Widnes Wild will be hosting the Sheffield Scimitars, 5:30 p.m. So Widnes Sheffield, Sunday 20th of November, 5:30 p.m. hopefully your diaries are starting to get rather filled up with plenty of up-and-coming fixtures. Well, I think that about brings us to the end of another edition of our little podcast. I hope you're enjoying them. If you've got suggestions and ideas of things we can try and boost the content and improve the content, then, drop us a line through the usual social media outlets. In the meantime, all I can finish up by saying is look after yourselves as usual, enjoy your hockey wherever you're getting it, and of course, we'll have another Time to Go Wild podcast as soon as possible. In the meantime, I'll catch you again very soon. From the Time to Go Wild Radio podcast, ta-ra!